So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize if this is it is crooked. Wait. A little bit better. But yeah, so little disclaimer, I'm not upset talking about this. I'm in a good place now. So I need some water. I'll be right back. So like I said, or was saying, I'm not uncomfortable talking about this. Also, please don't mind any noises in the background. My people just got back home, so yeah. But I'm not upset talking about this because it's something that I have gotten past, and I feel like I'm in a good place now to where I can talk to people about it and share with you guys my experience and the results, and I guess, you know, just any advice that I have along the way. So let's hop into this video: my depression, acceptance, coping, and results. Okay, so I have a piece of paper where I have like everything labeled out just to make it easier for filming. So if you see me looking down, like, yeah. But this is labeled my depression and acceptance, coping, and results because everybody's experience with depression is not the same. How one person handles it, the next person could handle it the complete opposite. So I just want to express that this is not a universal situation. Everybody handles their depression differently, and this is just how I dealt with mine and things like that. So the first step to my depression, and this is me reflecting on it after the fact, the first step was acceptance. Accepting that I was depressed. This was not a normal sadness. This was not, oh, I'm just upset today. I'm a little more, you know, hurt than usual, a little more upset than usual. Like, no, I had to realize that this was not normal. This was not, you know, how everybody else was reacting to something. That's when I knew, like, okay, this is serious. You know, this isn't normal. Not a normal emotion. Anger, sadness, all of that is normal. But when you're depressed, like, you can feel that this is not like that, like how the body is supposed to just react to things. Like, you'll know that something's not right. So that was the first step. And I had to realize that I was not in a good place and accept my current situation. And, you know, just realizing that denial does not aid in progression. The longer you take to accept that you are depressed, the longer it's going to take for you to get out of it. So the first thing that I think is so critical and important is to, I'm sorry y'all, like something just bit me. But the first step is making yourself aware, like, okay, you know what, this is not normal, I'm going through something. That's the first step. So the second step is coping. This is the hardest part because this is the top of the hill. The top of the hill. Accepting depression is you going up. Coping is that curve, you see? Coping is that. And this is where everybody really breaks off into their own, you know, little thing. I have here, coping to me is finding a distraction. Whatever gives you peace, submerge yourself in that as long as it is healthy. So don't use depression as an excuse to just go be wild and crazy or do reckless things and make, you know, rash decisions, because that was something that I had an issue with too, making rash decisions when I was depressed and then when I was a little less depressed, then I regretted it. So don't make rash decisions. Don't do anything that you don't see yourself living with in a few days. Like, sit back, just wait a second, and find something in that moment to distract you. And I just want to talk about what my first method of coping was. And it's going to sound crazy, but my first method of coping was doing makeup. I was never interested in makeup, ever, ever, ever. The first time I dealt with depression was the summer going into my sophomore year of high school. And I was so upset, so hurt. I'm not going to talk about why, but I was just very, very, very upset. And the only thing that I could do to distract myself from the situation was getting on YouTube and playing on my face all day. To one person, that may be ridiculous. Like, that's not a way to deal with depression, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it was a distraction. It was like, okay, what can I spend? Because learning how to do makeup takes a while. So I'm talking hours. You know, every day I just got up and just, you know. So this was a way for me to spend hours of my day not focused on what I was going through and focus on something positive. So find a distraction, and that will help you cope. It's not going to completely, cancel out your depression, make things great, no. But it's a step, because the more time you spend focusing on something positive and something that you like to do, the less time you spend focusing on whatever it is that caused you to be put in this bad place. And a setback, keep in mind, a setback is expected. It's natural, but don't let it hinder your progression. Did I just, boom, start doing makeup one day and never thought about the situation again? Absolutely not. There were days, I might could get up for 3 days and do my makeup, and then day 4, I can't get up. I'm upset. I'm just not in a good place. By day 7, I pull myself up again. All right, we're gonna get back into the swing of things. So it's just a matter of consistency, because you're not gonna, that's just in general, you don't get results without consistency. You get nowhere without consistency. But that was my way of coping. It was finding something that I just found an interest in and sticking with it and use it as a way to distract myself. And it has done great things for me. So that leads me to my last step, which is, last part, which is results. My coping method led me to something amazing. You never know the good that can come from your time of darkness. In that moment, when you are in, like, dead smack in the midst of your depression, you are not thinking about nothing positive. Like, we're just gonna be real. You're not thinking about anything positive. But that's something that you have to start, putting into your head. Okay, you know what? Right now, I'm not in a good place. But you don't stay down forever, baby. Okay? You don't. And you will not. Okay? My coping method led me to something great. I now do makeup. And I can honestly say, I don't think if I would have ever, it may have come sooner. I mean, not sooner, later. It may have came later on, but I feel like the timing and everything was perfect. Literally could not have asked for a better time to get interested in this craft, because I ended up doing prom makeup that my sophomore year. So it was just great. Like, the timing was good. That one time of depression led to, what did I write? Oh. That one time of depression led me to one of my greatest passions I never would have considered. Like I said, like I don't think my passion for makeup would have come had I not had to find an easily accessible distraction. Some people they go running, they go to the gym, they start painting, they do all types of things. I couldn't do none of that. My mama wasn't having it. I wasn't going outside nowhere. I wasn't none of that. So my distraction had to be within my, you know, reach. Okay, I was 14, y'all. So yeah, my first time going through depression, I was 14 years old. So I didn't have a lot of outlets, you know, to deal with it. And I didn't talk to anybody. Nobody, until this video comes out, nobody is going to know how I got into makeup. So people, you know, people wonder why, like, why do you go so hard for, you know, like makeup wearers or people who do makeup? Because you don't know what, you know, you don't know what led them to this profession, this craft, this artistry. I know it led me to this, so that's why it means so much to me, because had I not been through that dark time, I would not be where I am in my craft today, and I am so thankful. In that moment, was I happy to be going through things? Absolutely not. Like, nobody's happy to, you know what I'm saying, go through depression, but it's about what you do during to get through and what you do afterwards. And afterwards, this after is the best it's ever been. And this is just me breaking down my first time dealing with depression. I'm now 19 years old. Have I gone through depression again since then? Yes. I didn't just, boom, was depressed one time at 14, and then life just became great after I started doing makeup. No, but things got better, things got easier, and like I said, setbacks are normal, but each time, you know, every time it gets better, every time it does. And the most recent situation, I wouldn't say I was depressed this time, but I was almost there. But I've now found a new coping method: singing. So that's where I'm at now. You know, I don't get upset no more. I just write. Just write, whether it be a song or poetry. By the way, first single coming soon. Yeah. I tried to wink, but it didn't really work. Just scratch that. Just forget you saw that, okay? But you know, you have to find a way. As soon as, before you, my advice is, before you get so deep into depression and sadness, try to find a way to deal with what you're going through. Before you get so deep into it, you are depressed. Like, when it's like right there, when it's bare minimum sadness, start your coping method then. Don't wait until you are just terribly, you know, upset and you just can't function on a daily basis. You don't want to leave the house, you don't want to get dressed, because I've been there before, like, where I didn't want to get dressed, didn't want to leave my bed. So don't get yourself to that point, because now that I sit back and I reflect, I could have avoided some of that had I handled situations at hand right then and there, had I gotten out of situations before things got too far along to where it was either, okay, you know what, either you leave now and get hurt, or you finish out and you don't know what kind of hell you're finna go through. So if you can get yourself out of a bad situation ahead of time, do that. Don't wait until you get depressed, because I'm telling you, like, it's not worth it. Like, when you can, if you're lucky enough, you know, to be able to sit back and reflect eventually, then that's good. But some people, it takes longer, and some people never get there, unfortunately. You know, as you can see with these suicides that we've had recently, not everybody gets to the point where they get past their coping and get to the results and then be able to talk to other people. So I definitely just want to say, like, first of all, if you're depressed, reach out to people, get help. Don't deal with it by yourself. Cope on your own time, but still talk to somebody. Let me throw that in there. I wasn't talking to anyone, so that probably, you know, set me back and held me back for longer than what I, you know, I could have gotten past my sadness sooner, but I wasn't talking to anybody. Talk to someone. Talk to someone that is not judgmental. And if you don't have somebody in the flesh, I'm not putting nothing on you, but baby, talk to God, okay? Because sometimes, and I've realized that lately too, some conversations I can't have with other humans. Like, sometimes it's really just got to be me and him, and I just got to be like, you know what I'm going through, so just go ahead, talk to me, show me the signs, because he know. So if you don't have anybody to talk to, you know, talk to God. If you're not a believer, talk to whomever you believe your higher power is. Or just, you know, you can, I feel like if you're somebody like who's just in touch, talk to the universe. You feel me? Like, talk, getting it out of your mouth, like out of your body, like that's healthy. Cope along the way as well, and then realize that you're not alone, you know, but just talk to people and cope right along with it. You have to let those two things happen at the same time, and I promise things will get better. You can't have dark days forever. It don't always rain, baby. Eventually the sun got to come out. Okay? Has to. But I mean, I think it's pretty quick. I just wanted to talk to you guys, you know, to let anyone, especially those who are at my school, you know, I mean, I'm sure somebody is dealing with depression and sadness and things like that, but I just wanted to make this video to let you all know that you're not alone. Someone else is going through things, you know what I'm saying, just like you are. We have a lot on our plate. We're college students. That is a headache itself. And then when you add in personal problems and family problems and health problems and just everything else, things can get tough. But just know that you are not alone. Talk to somebody. Like the preacher said, hug somebody, love somebody. That's all I got to say for this video. But yeah, you know, and I would love to, if you guys just have any anything to say, leave it in the comment section. DM me on social media, which I will leave in my description box. If you want somebody to talk to me. I'm here. So yeah, you can contact me. I'll leave my Instagram in my description box. Comment anything you want to say, any positivity that you want to leave for anybody that may be dealing with depression right now, leave that in the comment section. Whatever the case may be, anyway, to spread positivity, do that. So until my next video, I thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll be back. Bye, babes.